A day in the life of the UK. Hi, hello, welcome to a new video of mine. Today we're going to be watching a rather short video because it's only like 4 minutes long, but it sounds really interesting. It's from the channel called Chris Spargo, and it's called A Day in the Life of a UK. I'm just wondering because it says it's a day in the life of the UK and not a day in the life of a UK person. So I'm quite confused still. But I guess he's going to explain right away. Also, is this a time? Wait, it says time 4:46:59, but it's already bright. Not really bright, but it's day already. Okay. Let's see. Let's just watch a video and see what it's like to live life in the UK. And please let me know if there is anything that you don't agree with in this video, because I really want to learn how accurate these things are that I do learn from YouTube videos. So help me out with that one. Okay, let's go.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning right now. There are about 68.3
How
million
is this-
people in Britain, but less than 5% of them are actually awake right now. We know this because the Office for National Statistics publishes a time use survey where they ask a representative sample of the population how they spend their time throughout a given day. About 20% of the population are children, and they're not included in the survey. But for the adult population, the survey gives us a look at how Britain actually spends its time on an average weekday.
Okay, so not being awake at 4 a.m. in the morning is not that unusual, to be honest. And now he's like 5:50, 10% are awake. Really? Already 10%? Wow, okay. I myself, on a usually working day, by the way, I have to say, I do work from home, so I never have to drive to the office, which leaves me more space to sleep. My alarm clock wakes me up at 7:10 in the morning, and then I keep on lying in bed for another like 15 to 20 minutes with my cell phone in my hands, checking emails, checking news, checking Twitter. Like all that stuff that you shouldn't do in the morning. And I know it's unhealthy, but I try to stop it. I can't. So 15 to 20 minutes of that. And then I get out of bed at 7:30, and then I do all the stuff like bathroom things, and I make my tea. I don't do breakfast in the morning. And then at 8 o'clock, I'm sitting in front of a computer and I start working. So I have half an hour in the morning to prepare, and it's plenty of time most of the times. Just when I'm very, very sleepy in the morning, sometimes I need 10 more minutes, but that's okay because I can start work at 8 or at 8:10. That's fine with the company, and then I just work 10 more minutes later on then. So I do not have a problem with that at all. But waking up at 5:50, that would be a nightmare for me, a real nightmare. It's like 5:50. That's in the middle of the night, even if it's bright as day at the moment where he's sitting. But no, I can't. I can't.
4 million people, the day has just begun. It's just gone 6 o'clock, and that means that 4 million alarms just went off.
When do
across the
you
country.
get up in
and
the morning?
Half an hour, another 4 million will go off. And then at 7 o'clock, 8 million alarms will go off. And by 7:30, a majority of the country will be awake.
That's when I'm awake.
At 8 a.m., almost a quarter
During
of
the
Britain's
week.
population is getting ready for the day. So if you brush your teeth around this time, there's going to be thousands of people brushing their teeth at the exact same time as you. But some people have already left home by this point. In fact, around 10% of the country is travelling right now. This is the height of the morning rush hour.
Yeah, that's what
But
I
this also
don't do.
varies throughout the week, because a lot of people have hybrid working arrangements, so they might work from home on certain days, or every day. By
Me,
10 a.m.,
every day.
40% of the country is working. Not
Yeah,
everyone's in an
me
office,
too.
of course. But what's everyone else doing?
That's true.
About 20% of the country is doing housework. Things like cleaning, DIY, and laundry. And a lucky 10% or so are engaged in entertainment and leisure.
That's
Between 12
nice.
and 2, the great lunch break happens. So if you have lunch at about 1 p.m., there's about 10 million people
At
having
1
lunch with
p.m.
you.
In Germany, it's usually at 12 p.m. In almost every single office, it's 12 p.m. and 12:30 we come back to work. I don't have a break because I only work 6 hours, and you don't have to take a break if you don't want to, and I don't because I only eat in the evenings, so I don't need a break in order to eat something. At 1 p.m. I'm still like working, just working.
But by 2 p.m., 40% are working again. This number slowly declines throughout the afternoon.
This is when I stop work. I work from 8 to 2 p.m. So yeah, okay, you come back to work and I stop working. Okay, interesting.
At 5 p.m., 10% of the country is traveling again, but in the opposite direction.
Yeah, but that's also normal in Germany. Like people who have like a normal job who have to get outside to the office or to the workplace, they tend to drive around 7:30, 8 o'clock to work and then back again around 5 p.m. ish. Yeah, that's when you shouldn't drive if you do not want to get home from work. Like if you want to do something, for example, go shopping or something, you shouldn't drive around 5 p.m. because there is so much traffic on the streets at that time. But it's only 11% in the UK. 11% isn't that much.
Opposite direction. And by 6 p.m., less than 10% of the country is working. About 20% of the country is having dinner. Lots of people are also taking care of children at this time, although I think the data might be a bit muddled because people might be taking care of children while having dinner, for example.
Well, that's normal in Germany as well. Most of the people, or let's say back then in the 90s and early 2000s, this was normal. And also before that, that around 6 o'clock, the family was gathering around the table and were eating together. Now that I am living alone, and I guess now that, like, I don't know, I think it feels as if this has changed. Well, first of all, this family gathering every single evening, I feel as if this doesn't really happen anymore in most families. Everyone's like eating when they want to eat. I don't know. Maybe it's different for other people. I really don't know. For me, it's like I don't eat when it's 6 o'clock. I eat when I'm hungry. So it's around 4 to 5-ish p.m. when I eat for the first time in a day. And sometimes I'm hungry at 1 p.m. And then I just eat at 1 p.m. Sometimes I'm not. Like most of the times I just eat in the evenings. But some days I eat when I'm hungry. I don't eat at certain times.
As we get to 8 and 9 p.m., the majority of the country is engaged in entertainment and leisure.
Yeah, me too.
The single most popular evening activity is watching TV. Although I'm not sure what actually counts as TV.
Computer for me.
You might be watching this video on a TV, for example.
I'm not.
The number of people who are awake starts to drop at this time. By 10 o'clock, a quarter of the country is asleep. By 11, it's more than half. And by midnight, it's over 90%.
Yeah.
We don't have enough data to say what the people who are awake at this time are doing. Some of them are working, and the rest of them are doing all sorts of different things. Some of them are out recording YouTube videos. But it'll be a mixture of people who are up late, people who are up really early, and some people who aren't sleeping.
My fiancé is working at that time.
I'm filming this in the height of summer, so it gets bright really early, but most people are still asleep right now. In fact, almost everyone is. If you ever wondered what the UK would look like if it only had less than 10% of its actual population, I guess this is it. It's kind of weird.
I like it like that.
I should say, by the way, that with these figures...
Wait a minute. Oh my gosh. I knew I know this neighborhood. Do I? Elizabeth Line. It feels as if I was there when I was in the UK, but I don't remember all those clocks. No. But this feels familiar. It feels as if I was there. I'm not sure anymore. It feels as if I was there, like in this banking district where there are so many really high buildings with lots and lots of windows everywhere. I think I was there when I was in the UK.
With these figures, just because like only 20% of people are having dinner at a particular time, it doesn't mean that the other 80% never have dinner. It just means that they had dinner maybe 10 minutes earlier or 10 minutes later. But I guess that doesn't really matter when more than 90% of people are asleep at this time. And the reason they are is that It's 4 o'clock in the morning right now. There are about 68.3 million people in Britain, but less than 5% of them are actually awake right now. We know this because the Office for National Statistics.
How many unique penguin jokes are there? There are penguin jokes? What even is this? I've never seen that. Okay. Oh wow, his channel looks really interesting to me. He talks a lot about the UK and he talks about stuff that you usually do not see on the internet. Okay, subscribed. You got me there. This is really cool. I like that. I'm definitely gonna watch more of his videos because this one was really interesting. It was very similar to the German ones. Like, I am not living a usual life, I'd say, because like I already told you that I'm working from home and then I'm eating when I'm hungry. We don't really gather around the table to eat all together. Mostly because my fiance is working only night shifts and I'm working like between 8 and 2. So while I'm working, he's sleeping and the other way around. So we live a very unusual life, but most Germans might live almost the same life than the people in the UK, I guess. And also it gets bright very, very, very early in the morning, but I don't remember it being that bright a day around almost like 5 a.m. It seems very early to me. But thank you so much for the video. It was really interesting. And let me know in the comments down below if you live in the UK or in any other country. What are the times for you? When do you get up? When do you eat? When do you go home? When do you watch TV or play computer games or do anything else? And when do you go to sleep? Because that would be really interesting to know from different people from all over the world. I'd be so interested into that. So let me know if you don't mind sharing. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a nice day. Bye.